the more I go on in business, the more I am thankful for the things that frustrate us, the things that set us back, and the things that are the most difficult. Because each time that something like that happens, whether massive or whether minor, we always tend to get better. Today's Saturday, September 6th, 2025, and I had a fairly okay day in terms of the business today, and I got to go see the Red Sox Diamondbacks game with my dad at Chase Field. So we're able to hang out a bit, and I got done what needed to get done, and I say that in a questionable tone because I put some things that weren't like 1,000,000% urgent off until tomorrow morning, which will then catch up completely, and then Monday morning will come around and we'll inevitably get hit with another wave of tasks and things that need to get done, and a lot needs to get done this next week because we were traveling to Vancouver and then San Francisco at the end of next week. So I open up with the line that I did in this video because today was a bit difficult, and just in the sense of more kind of unforeseen issues, but kind of foreseen, just with team, because we have right now like ultra strong cohort of the team that's just been absolutely crushing it, and then others that haven't been able to keep up with the pace of growth. And it's that fun like friction point right now where it's like either like you really try and bring everybody up, but then you get to the point where some just like it's not what it's meant to be. And I'm learning so much about leadership on a day-to-day basis. So what I've been doing is outside of that wall, there's a book. It's John Maxwell's Leadership 101. And that's the next book that I'm reading for my daily 10 pages every single day. It's just, you want to become a better leader, become a better leader, become a better leader. And the biggest takeaway as of recent is just like make sure that everyone has proper KPIs, a proper SOP on how they're supposed to do their job, and proper expectations going into it, and then you don't have to fight the battle. So get those in play as soon as you can. We're doing it on our end, and we have some pretty cool revelations of what we're going to be doing with our onboarding going forward. The play that we're cooking up and that likely will launch next week, at least to a bit of an extent, will be the onboarding with penalty or without penalty. So essentially how it will work is we'll have our regular monthly fee and then a onboarding fee on top of it, and people are able to waive the onboarding fee as long as they show up to all of the calls that they select and make sure they submit footage by a certain date that they also select. So it's not like we're saying, hey, submit 100 videos tomorrow. It's like, hey, select when you're going to submit your first 7 videos, and we will we'll waive the onboarding fee if you do that. Because the biggest hiccup is just when we're not getting footage from clients on time, so that we're kind of like playing defense, where we're like, we have the solid process on our end, and then we need footage from the client. So that's going to be one way that we're going to make that happen. But it's all just like, it's like making the process smooth so that others can come in and execute that process. Because where we went wrong was rapid delegation inside of the business, and then not being able to maintain service. So now it's like delegation hasn't been as frequent and as much getting delegated. I'm doing quite a lot. Like we went, my dad and I went for a hike today, went out to lunch, and I was like working 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then we went for a hike and lunch from like basically 11 to 2. And then 2 to 4, I was working again. And then 4, we left for the Red Sox game. So I was like, and I still feel like I'm playing a bit of deflection. I'm finishing up some stuff right now as it's 9:25 p.m. So I'm certainly not at the point where I'm ready to like take a weekend off. So I still ended up working 7-8 hours today. And it'll be likely similar tomorrow. So takeaways from this are, number 1, make sure that you're not kicking yourself too much over the tough, hard-fought lessons and kicks to the nuts, because those are beneficial as long as you learn from them. I read in a Tim Ferriss book, was a quote that was my wallpaper for quite some time, was that an expert is just someone who's made every mistake in a narrow field. So arguably we can just go out there and make the mistakes faster so that we can then learn from them and then become an expert. Second is to make sure that we have systems and processes in place for everything across the company, how we onboard customers, each role inside the company, and then what does each person do and what's expected of them, and let them know beforehand. And it's like we're laboring over this kind of stuff. There's one of my whiteboards, another one of my whiteboards up there, floor to ceiling whiteboards outside, and overall in a good spot. I think I'll give myself a 7.7 out of 10 today. I got a very good night's sleep. It was my first night over 8 hours, and I don't remember the last time I got 8 hours other than last night. So it was good to get sleep. Was up at 6 and started working immediately. Got 20-ish scripts done. I think it was like 15 to 20 scripts done for one of our clients. So we're trying to get ahead right now because I'm going to Vancouver on Friday and then San Francisco on Tuesday, and then I'll be back on Saturday. So it'll be over a week gone. So we're getting ahead for all clients, like all the scripts that we'll need to finish. We're all getting done this weekend. So we got ahead for that, and then was a bit deflective. I didn't get the proposals out that were needed because right now like delivery is the most important thing, and it was almost like spend another hour and a half cooking up custom proposals or go out on the hike. And to me, the hike was more important today. So tomorrow morning we'll cook up the proposals. I think if I did a better job handling tasks in the morning, we might have been able to get that done. So that's why I'm giving myself a 7.7, but we're gonna wrap up. Stayed consistent, got the non-negotiables done as we always do, staying consistent on the board right there and not breaking the chain. Finish this video up, and then I am gonna go to bed. Hopefully we'll be asleep by 9:45. And that, my friends, we'll see you tomorrow.